Hey guys, we are back with our chef series. You know, we've been talking about the heroes of this, the people on the front lines, the nurses, the doctors. But what we haven't yet talked to is the people that are probably, quite honestly, doing amazing things for people, but also suffering economically because of this terrible virus. So I brought on a very good friend of mine from the East End, Matty Boudreau. He's talking to me live right now from the Green Hill restaurant, which he is chef in. And I wanted to say hello to you, Matty. I know you got a big event today, and thank you for spending 5 minutes with us, just catching up to what your life has been like in the last 30 days.
Hey, Kevin, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Life has been very interesting. The Friday before the shutdown really happened, they decided to take 50% of the occupancy of restaurants away. So we made those adjustments. We spaced out the diners. We did that. That was Friday, 5 p.m. That was a governor's mandate. At 9 a.m. Monday, we were done. So we didn't even have a weekend to kind of put it into effect to adjust to what life like that would be. Luckily, I kind of saw that happening. There was a couple of states before us that shut down, and by the time that happened, we were done. But what we did is actually an idea by Liane and one of her friends, Nicole, that Nicole's bedridden. She can't get out of the house. She's pregnant with twins. And she's like, look, can you just bring me everything? I bet you there's a bunch of people that would love to not leave their house. So we flipped the script and made a provisions company happen.
Wow.
In about 3 days.
Wow.
So that's been our life. We still do the restaurant for takeout and for delivery. We're one of the only people in, I think, the entire North Fork that's on Grubhub. Do local delivery, and then we do quarantine kits, which are like, big kits to hold you over for a couple days. But the provisions is really what we did to stay afloat. But I mean, the restaurant margins are already bad. Never mind grocer margins, or even scarier.
I know.
So we're doing what we got to do to try to keep the business afloat, keep our staff intact. I mean, we laid off 90% of our workforce day one, just right off the bat. I mean, I didn't want to try to lie to anyone and say, "Well, I'll get you a day or two." And
yes, that's important. That's exactly right.
So,
yeah, better off to get that to the other side. You're trying to get to the other side of this. I know that. Matty, I know. Again, thanks for spending time with us today. What's going on today? What are you performing today?
So today is we're doing 3 of these roughly a week at this point. We're feeding people in need. This is for a local charity in the North Fork called CAST. They're located right down the street right on Front Street where we are, and they're feeding people that don't have any other means, whether it's they're poverty stricken or they're unemployed. A lot of kids are out of school, so it's another mouth to feed at home versus the kids getting to school there. So we're doing 120 meals for them today, and we range it up. We're not doing just one thing. We pork, chicken, seafood, vegetarians.
Wow.
That's today at 2:00. But then we're Friday we're feeding Stony Brook Hospital. That'll be our second time there. Every single Monday we're feeding Southampton, Greenport, local hospital. They're all Stony Brook, so it's kind of confusing. But all 3 major hospitals, Peconice Bay and Riverhead. And then we are also doing a little pantry kitchen. There's a woman who collects excess bagels, greens from the farmers, and brings us them all. We use our resources, our skill, and our facility to produce meals for another 40 people every Sunday. So we're feeding about 500 people every week to 10 days.
That's wonderful, man. You know what I find so interesting about this time and this pandemic, this nightmare, as I call it, is people go back to what they love the most, right? So musicians are getting online and performing because that's what they do, that's what they love, and they may not be working, but they still have to perform. You're an artist. I've tasted your food; it's amazing. You're a well-revered chef out there, so you have to do what you have to do. So the fact that you've changed things around to keep doing what you're doing, what I want to talk to you about, without naming names, is not every chef is doing this. There's some chefs that are just completely out. They're down and out of work. And I want you to speak about that a little bit.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of chefs that we do what we do because we love it. There's a passion project and everything. And this, you don't do this for the good hours and the extra pay. You got to have your heart into it. And, you know, we would have been this Saturday at Pig Beach, for example.
That's
Those
right.
are my brothers there. And
Oh,
they closed up right away. They didn't do the delivery. They wanted to kind of like hedge their bets to the end rather than try to make it through, which is, you know, was the smartest for them because they're giant. You know, they huge place. And Saturday would be the Chef Jeff event that, you know, you were at
yes.
last year and I would have been at this year. And, you know, so it's not even just you're taking chefs and pit masters and, you know, all the people that support us, the fishermen and the farmers. You're taking them out of their natural rhythm. You're taking them and you're putting them in a place where they gotta, yeah, you can do the cooking shows, you can do charity, but the daily grind is what gets us through. That's what we need. We're kind of sadomasochistic when it comes to that. You know,
Yeah, you are.
we
You
get
are.
beaten
I
up.
get it. I
We
get
get
it.
screamed at. We get yelled at. You know, there's always a problem. Every day in a restaurant, there's something you got to fix, do, amend. Somehow you have to do that. And, you know, like to be able to not do a fundraiser for a charity, like for a buddy, that's all the guys who are traveling all over the country. You saw them last year. And that event is iconic of what we do and why we do it. And for it just to be furloughed, it's just
It's
hard to put
mind-blowing.
your brain around it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
mind-blowing. I could see you're weathered down, man. I see that, and I say that as respectfully as I can. And we're praying for you, and we thank you for what you're doing out there. I just felt I'm so glad I brought you on because you're mired down there, and I want people to know what you're doing, and I want you to be able to even resuscitate what you're doing at some point very quickly because I know you live and breathe it. So, thanks a lot. Is there anything else you want people to know, while you're out there doing what you do best?
Look, we're out there trying to feed everyone we can that needs it. We're here for charity. We're here for hard workers. We're taking donations through the restaurant too to help feed every single healthcare worker on the East End or far up the island as we can go. So at greenhillny.com, you can see our everything we're doing now. Follow us on Instagram, Greenhill NY. And we're really just trying to keep going, keep positive. We're also, we did Easter dinner delivery last Sunday. We're doing Orthodox Easter this Sunday.
That's right.
We're going to try to do, music's a big part of what we do here. We're going to try to have a remote dinner and a show. Like we'll deliver you the food, and then we're going to get a couple of our musicians to chime in like this and
That's
do
cool.
dinner and a show all coordinated. So we're trying to reinvent ourselves at the same
Yep.
time to stick true to what we are. Be
Yep.
visible in an invisible world, right?
Yep. Absolutely. Well, this is all day to day, every 4 hours, 8 hours. I'm keeping positive, keep positive. And your phone fell and it's back up. And so, I have a
cereal box, to be honest with you.
I have a feeling by the first day of summer, which is my birthday, I'm going to be sitting right at that bar, having a nice big shot with you. And we're going to be talking about this day. Thank you for everything, Matty. Keep up. Do a great job today, and we'll be in touch. Thank you, man.
Take care, Jeff. Thanks for the time.
You're welcome. Thank you.